In this video, I'm going to explain to you when you should foam roll, so before or after exercise, also why foam rolling sometimes doesn't seem to work, and then lastly, how exactly to use your foam roller or massage ball to get the best effect. Welcome, my name is Maryke, and I'm the physiotherapist at sportsinjuryphysio.com. If this is your first time here and you would like to learn how to stay injury-free, make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so that you don't miss any of the updates. Okay, so when should you foam roll? Well, there's research out there that shows that there's benefit in foam rolling before you exercise, but also after. So some of the benefits of foam rolling before you exercise includes that it seems to wake up the muscles in the nervous system and allows you to perform better. So you get better muscle contractions, and some of the research even shows that you can perform better in things like jump height and sprint times. Then for after exercise, what it shows is if you foam roll shortly after exercise, you don't tend to get so much muscle soreness the next day as you would normally get. Foam rolling also seems to be quite good at improving your range of movement. And because it doesn't switch the muscles off, some people advocate that it's a safer way to get yourself nice and flexible before you exercise, but it can also be useful afterwards. Okay, so why does foam rolling sometimes not work? So some of my patients come in and they say, you know what, my calves are so tight, and it doesn't matter how often I foam roll them, they just don't want to relax. Now, that's because often they either have an injury or they've overtrained their calves. They actually need rest, time to recover. And sometimes it's when things in other places of the body is injured. Like for instance, if you've got back injuries, the nerves can become irritated and they can cause the hamstrings, the calves, and even other muscles to feel tight constantly. So because the problem isn't just muscle tightness from regular training, that tightness will not go away until the muscle is happier or the injury has recovered. So if you're finding that it's not reacting, whatever your foam rolling is not reacting to your foam rolling, then I would say contact a physio. I'm also going to put some links actually in the description of this video where you can read a bit more about that. So have a look there. Good. Then, how to use your foam roller or massage ball for best results. The first thing is to know that it does have to be a firm foam roller and a firm massage ball. So lacrosse balls works really well because they're nice and firm. Foam rollers come in various different shapes and sizes, and to be honest, it just shouldn't really squash in when you squish it. So again, I'll put some links in the description below that you can see examples on Amazon that I think should work well or are similar to the ones that we sell in practice. Good, so that's a type of roller or type of ball. Then the other thing is when you foam roll, it should be firm pressure, but it shouldn't be painful. It should be comfortably uncomfortable, if you understand what I mean. If it's too painful, all that happens is that you brace. Or if you're very good with coping with pain, if you go too hard, you can just bruise your muscles and then you actually add insult to injury. So be really careful with the pressure you put on it. I've had patients come in and then they're all bruised up from their foam rolling. That's too much. The other thing is most muscles where they attach, it's quite bony and there's not a lot of padding. Like for instance, it's not a muscle, but where the IT band attached to the side of the leg, where the hamstrings come and attach in, you don't really want to go and hammer the attachments over the bone because again, you can cause bruising. There's often burses that you can irritate that can swell up. So you really want to keep to the muscle bellies when you're foam rolling. Now, what type of strokes should you use and how should you go about it? There are two or three broad ways that you can use a foam roller and a massage ball. And it's very similar to how I would massage somebody in clinic. So one bit is that you do nice longitudinal strokes over the muscle belly. So if I can take my bicep to explain it a little bit, bicep runs from there to there. I would want to cover the length of the bicep with long strokes, and I'll show you in a minute on the mat. But then when you get to the really tender or tight spots, you can also just do point pressure. So that's where a massage ball can be quite useful. But this type of foam roller can do it as well. That if you feel there's a tender spot, you just maintain the pressure on that spot for anything up to 30 seconds or longer. And you'll feel, as long as it's a firm but gentle pressure where it's comfortably uncomfortable, that tenderness will go away after a while. Okay, so 2 ways already: long strokes, point pressure, and then you can also, if you find that's a tender spot, just do gentle rolls on that spot itself and really get into that bit. So let me give you an example for probably the quads is one of the most common ones to do. By the way, I will link in the description again to video. I've done videos for all the muscle groups in the legs, glutes, quads, everything, so you can find them there. And I think there'll be a little notification in the top of this video that if you press on there, you'll see the videos as well. So let me explain to you what I mean with that. So broad strokes is, if I'm doing my quadricep muscle, that would count as a broad stroke. Now, you may be a bit more agile than I am. I can't do the whole muscle in one go, so I'll adjust my position as I go. And then in that spot, I can feel it's quite tender and tight, and I'll just do tiny rolls over that spot to really get it. And then I can also just maintain the pressure there. If I wanted to get into it a bit deeper, then I could use the massage ball. Tennis ball isn't that effective because it's a little bit small for my leg. But saying that, can get good point pressure into that and just maintain it in there. Especially when it comes to the glutes, that's quite useful because it just gets into the glutes deeper than what a massage or foam roller will get. So for the glutes, again, you can roll it, or you can just find the tender spot and just sink into it and relax the leg into that it can really relax. That is a tender spot. Okay, let me know if you've got any questions. You can find my details in the description, and happy rolling. Thank you for watching. If you would like to learn more about preventing sports injuries, make sure you hit the subscribe button. See you next time.